Hi, I'm Oliver from Oliver Hobby. Here, that's the bulldozer JDM model 98. So this one, if you got problem with drive, let's see how to check. So first, on top, that's two big screws. Remove the LED light. This one you take out, and this forward you lift up. Here have two screws, one left and one right. So you remove it. Then this one, you can remove. Yeah, and for this cover, here one screw, here one, and also left side two screw after remove. And now we will remove the cabin. Cabin at the top of the drive wheel, here this position have one big screw. You remove it. Also another side, you remove. Then this cabin, you will be able to lift up. When you're lifting, there will be one wire connecting, so only unplug it. You can take out the cabin. So here, four screws we already removed. Now this plate we can take out, lift up to see. So we got two driving ESC, one for left, one for right, two ESC. If one of your track is not driven, no signal, nothing, this power switch push into on side also on. This power switch for the ESC also powered on. But still you got one side driving, it's not moving. Maybe that's driving motor problem. Maybe another driving motor, or maybe one of the driving ESC problem, or maybe at the bottom, if you turn around, you will see all the wires under there. Maybe wires get loosed, the power supply connection. Yeah. So let's say here that's the main power from battery, and from ESC power supply you will follow the red and the black. That's the ESC power supply. Here you check the connection, are they well connected for power supply from battery. And for this ESC red and black also coming to bottom, here we will see the red and black coming up. Also here that's the power supply for another driving ESC. So all these connections, if all well connected, now let's say this side ESC follow the wire, you can cut the clips. This wire for going to motor. So it's connecting to the right side drive motor. So this one for the right side drive motor, this one for the left side drive motor. So it's from here, these two wires. Let's check. We can put to see. Yeah, it's for the left side drive motor. Now, for example, this one connecting for the left side drive motor is not working. So you can disconnect here, this for right side, yeah, disconnect red to yellow, black to blue. So you disconnect and also disconnect these two. So now, for example, left side motor not driving, you connect left side drive motor two wires to right side ESC, connect to another ESC to test. Now, if the left side, now you pushing the right side, will be control the left side drive motor. Yeah. If it is turning, we already switched the ESC. Yeah. Means another ESC for the left side drive motor is not working. So it's an ESC problem, because now after changing ESC, the motor is driving, which was not driving, now it's driving. Means we only changing the ESC. Okay, if after change, the good ESC for the right side was driving. Now you're changing the right side ESC to control left side drive motor, but it's still not working. Means this motor could have problem. Actually, inside the gearbox for driving, it's a self-lock because have reduction, cannot turn by hand. It's only a little. So want to check? We only to check, yeah, with the good ESC to control the left side drive motor. If the motor it's like shaking, want to drive but cannot start, means two possibilities. One is the motor problem, one is the gears inside somewhere broken, get stuck. If like this, we will have to disassemble. Anyway, we need to change in the motor or need to change in the gears, we will need to disassemble the drive wheel. The drive wheel I will write down on the photos to show you steps, how many screws to remove and remove the track, to changing, remove the drive wheel with the motor and open the drive gearbox for check the gears. So now as we come back if after changing the good ESC is already driven, it's only the original left side ESC is burned. So we only changing the ESC will be fine. And let's see for others. So here we got the sound board. Here we have the 2-drive motor. Bottom there, that's the valve and the servos for the hydraulic operation. And here that's the oil tank. We fill up hydraulic oil from here. And here that's the tank for oil suction to the pump. The pump actually, you will see it is under there, under the 2-drive motor. Also can see from rear side. So turn around, bottom have this cover, only 6 screws you removed. So middle 2 screws is for securing the valve block to the cover. So now valve block is loosed. So from the bottom now we will see this valve block. If got any malfunction from the valve block, maybe leaking from nozzles, check where it's leaking tight or remove, changing nozzle, changing gaskets, or it's leaking from the valve block cover, or it's leaking from servo shaft to the valve. We will have to remove the servo and open the valve and changing for the shaft seals. And here also we can see the pump. So the pump is this position, and if we remove these 2 screws, we can remove the pump, pull out from top, and we will go back to top. That's for checking if got any leaking for the valve and the pump. Now I turn around. So on the top, we got all these wire connections, wires, small wires for the lights, and these wires for the drive motor. So actually, if these wires for the LED, we remove from the clips and unplug it, this cover actually we can directly take out. So it will be easier to remove the valve block for fittings, for changing gaskets, or even for remove completely the valve block for changing seals. So that's how we're doing the check for all the system. So later, if you also got problems with the sound, we will have to check one by one. First is all the sound plugs original position. Is there any wires get broken, any burned sign, any plugs getting loosed? That's all basic check here. If all connections are good, maybe it's a soundboard burned or speaker burned. So under the cabin, that's the soundboard speaker. So speaker got noisy with some broken sound. Most probably that's the speaker need to change. And now, also, if you got some functions not coming out, let's say for the rising blade, for tilting, for driving, even for the ripper, one of the function not functioning, we will have to first check from radio the settings. Maybe one of the channel settings for the switch control, you cancel it or change it to another one, causing chaos. It's all possible. We will need to check one by one. So here, that's the basic arrangement and how to check for this bulldozer. And we will see again the bottom for the power line supply. And here we will see that's the main power supply for the pump ESC from the main power connections. And from bottom, the 2, we will see it should be this 2, 3. It's a brushless pump motor. These 3 wires should be going to the rear bottom, and coming to the rear side, we will see that's for the pump brushless motor. So pump also can have malfunctions. If the pump is not turning, first that's the ESC power connection, and from the ESC, pump ESC, these 3 connections to the motor as they were connected. Is there any burned sign from the motor or from the wires from the ESC for the pump? And if everything we can see, check from eyes, all good, only 2 possibilities, yeah? ESC burned or the motor burned. So if by this situation, we will have to check from the ESC output, these 3 wires. If we got a voltage meter, when you operating the pump, you can disconnect 3 wires. You check each 2 of the wires when you're operating the pump, is it giving from the ESC any voltage or not? Check each two. If no voltage, that's a ESC problem. If high voltage, means the ESC is giving power, but the motor not turning. Maybe the pump gets stuck. We will have to disassemble the pump to check the gears. Or maybe it's the pump motor burned or some inside shaft somewhere broken. So that's step by step to check all the malfunction one by one. So for the driven motor or driven gears have problem, let's see how to disassemble. So all this we already disassembled. We checked all the electronics, no problem. So maybe the motor, maybe the gears. So for the gears, first we will have to remove this track. So the track, only the screws, yeah. You take out one of these screws, then this screw take out, you punch in the pin, let's say in this position, other side is open, yeah. So after remove the screw, punch in the pin out, this track, you can remove it. Then for this driven wheel, so 6 screws here, this black one remove, then this cover we can open. After open this cover, you will see there have 4 more screws. These 4 more screws remove, you will be able to remove the drive wheel. Inside have 4 screws. Remove the drive wheel, and from this angle, from this angle, inside the black ring have 1 round screws. These 1 round screws take out. This drive wheel with the motor you will be able to pull out. Only before you pull out, you disconnect the driven motor wires, yeah, so you can pull out. Then you disconnect all the gears inside the gearbox one by one to see the gears, are they worn out, are they broken. Especially check the small gear on the driven motor shaft, is that one broken, getting stuck. Thank you for watching.